Cutting toxic family members, parents, brothers, and sisters out of your life is tough. I understand this firsthand through my own experience. But I also understand this. It is absolutely necessary in order for you to become the person that you're called to be, free of toxicity, so that you can live a fulfilled life. Listen, trying to get through this life while being attached to toxic parents and toxic brothers and sisters and family members is the equivalent of trying to run a race with a bag of rocks attached to your back. What's going to happen? You're going to be the last to even come close to the finish line, while everybody else in life is passing you up, while people left and right are reaching the goal. You're going to be straggling behind, wondering why you're not getting anywhere, wondering why you're left out, wondering why you can't achieve the things that you want to achieve. Now, in this message, I want to share with you a couple of reasons as to why you have not dropped that bag of rocks yet. It's the same reasons that I wrestled with. I'm also going to offer you some resolve. The same resolve that I've accepted so that I was able to cut that bag of rocks and able to reach the goal line. Let's go. My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal We. Now, before I do continue, I want to let you know that I'm here to support you. Down in the description box below this video, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. So if you're looking for one-on-one support, those of you who are stuck with toxic family members, parents, siblings, in-laws, and it's stopping you, it's slowing you down, and you're done, head on down there, schedule some time with me. I'd love to help you out and get you through this. Also, I do have a coaching program. My coaching program is live and in person each and every day. So if you would like to join a community of people who are planning out their 2024, moving forward, cutting free of toxic relationships, head on down there, get scheduled. Also, if you join right now, I am going to give you my custom finger painting. That's right. I made this Royal We logo. You can put it on your phone home screen. It's a reminder every day of who you are, because you are the Royal We. All right, now let's go. What is the purpose of family? Anybody? What's the purpose of family? I want to hear your thoughts. I'm serious. In the comment section, I want you, to the best of your ability, write what you believe the purpose of family actually is. All right? I'm going to tell you my thoughts. There's two purposes. The first purpose, when you're a child, is to raise, teach, discipline, guide, and support. First purpose of family: raise, teach, discipline, guide, and support. 5 main things right there. All right? Once you reach a certain age in life, 4 of these things drop off, leaving only 1. What is that? Support. Once you reach a certain age, you no longer need to be taught. You no longer need to be disciplined. You no longer need to be guided. You only need to be supported. That's the purpose of family. And if this is not what you have, a family that is supporting you, that is cheering you on, then all you have is a bag of rocks that is slowing you down. And if you're with toxic family members who are criticizing you at every corner, who are talking down to you, who are constantly still telling you that you're a problem in their life, you're being slowed down, whether you want to believe it or not. You're not getting anywhere. And you're getting nowhere real fast. Now, I want to share with you 2 reasons that I've experienced and I've come across as a coach as to why it is so difficult to cut the ties, to drop this bag of rocks that you call family, that's making it impossible for you to live your life. Number 1 is you want to do the right thing. You want to do the right thing. And I'm talking to a lot of you Christians out there. And I've been there too. I've been to them Christian churches. I know the story. I know how it goes. I know the whole honor thy mother and father and family thing. And I heard that. And this translated into do the right thing. But the right thing for who? Who are you doing the right thing for when you're attached to toxic family members who are stopping your growth, who are interfering and meddling in your life, who are you doing the right thing for by interacting with them? Think about this. Is it the right thing for you? No. Obviously not. You're crying, you're hurting, you're broken, you're confused, you're angry, you're becoming embittered. So how is it possibly the right thing for you? It's not. Is it the right thing for God? Has God told you you have to be a part of your family? This is an interesting question. I want you to wrestle with this. I want you to wrestle with this question. Ultimately, the only people that this is the right thing for is those toxic family members. The only people benefiting from your constant interaction that's slowing you down, the only people benefiting is them. Not you, and definitely not God. You're robbing yourself of the life that you're meant to live. And you're also robbing, well, I would say this, it's insulting your Creator and God if you believe in God. The fact that you are forfeiting the gifts and the talents and the abilities that He has graciously given to you, you're forfeiting that in exchange to hang on to toxic family members. The only people benefiting is them. So when it comes to doing the right thing, who are you doing the right thing for? A lot of people base it just off of one scripture, honor thy mother and father. And suddenly that's translated and made everybody believe that that means you're inseparable from them for life. I'm going to ask you a couple of important biblical questions here. Would Abraham ever have accomplished what Abraham accomplished if he continued to just engage with his mom and dad, brothers and sisters? No. Would Moses have been written about and accomplished anything that Moses was set out to accomplish if he would have stayed with his mother, father, brothers and sisters? Nope. Would Joseph have become what Joseph became if he stayed tied to mommy, daddy, brother, and sisters? Not a chance. Would Jesus have accomplished what Jesus set out to accomplish had he stayed attached to his biological brothers and sisters and mom? The answer is no. No. When we're talking about the right thing to do, I want to share with you two biblical concepts, Old Testament and New Testament. The Old Testament concept is this: therefore, a man and a woman must leave thy mother and thy father and become united to a brand new partnership. That's what's right. That's the only way to progress forward. And this leads into the next reason why people stay stuck. It's the same reason that I stayed stuck too. And that's a scarcity mentality. So number one is just wanting to do the right thing. And number two is a scarcity mentality. What does this mean? Well, it means that you've been convinced that you only get one family. How many of you still believe that you only have one family in this life? There are at least two families, at least. You have the family that you had no choice in. That's the family of your origin. That's the family you were born in. But then at a certain point, you get to venture out and you choose your family. I want to bring it back to the story of Jesus, because Jesus said this in a very blunt, straightforward way. When he was teaching in a synagogue, people ran to him, said, "Jesus, stop what you're doing. Your mom and your brother are outside. They want to talk to you." And Jesus' response is, "Who is my mother and who are my brothers?" he pointed to his disciples and his friends and the people in the congregation that were with him, and he said, "This is my mother and my brother. This is my new family. That family that I belonged to when I was a child are not as significant, nor are they as important as the family that is with me right now. The family encouraging me and supporting me, and the family that I'm moving forward with." Jesus had at least two families that he spoke about. Now, in reality and society, people oftentimes have lots of families, right? There's some people that get married, divorced, married again, divorced, married again, or there's like 4 or 5 different families. You don't have to have that many families, but I think you understand the point, is that no, you are not limited to one family. That's a scarcity mindset. And oftentimes, I see people in my coaching practice who will stay hooked into their family of origin out of that scarcity mentality. There's nothing else. There's nobody else. And what this is an indication to me is that either they're failing to look at the good people and the good communities and the good things they have going on in their life and associating that as family. And I talk to a lot of people. I coach a lot of people. Come to find out they're doing great, fantastic things, great communities here and there, but they don't look at it as family. They're still hanging on to that scarcity mentality of, no, this is just what family is. I have to, I got to be attached to it. And they're wondering why they're not achieving everything that they could possibly achieve. It's because they have not fully let go of this one family and fully embraced this other family. Instead, they stayed in this lukewarm territory, which keeps you stuck. Sometimes in order to achieve everything you're called to achieve, you need to take up the mantle that Abraham did. You need to be willing to drop it. Drop that bag of rocks. Drop that family that is no longer supporting you. Instead, it's just slowing you down. You have to be willing to drop that and be able to embrace the new family that God has given you. Some of you right now might be saying, "Kevin, I have no new family. I have nobody." Well, I would say this: having no one is a better starting point still, so long as you're able to drop that bag of rocks and get momentum going in your race in this life. It's better to have a starting line of nobody than it is to continue dragging a bag of rocks with you. Is it not? Risk it. Risk cutting the toxicity free. What do you have to lose? When you're dealing with toxic family members, you have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. I hope that this message has inspired some of you. But if you still have questions, it's what I'm here for. Head on down to the description box down below. Schedule some one-on-one time with me, because I'll work with you one-on-one to help you understand this even fuller, to get you into a place where God wants you to be. Because the reality is that unless you're hanging on to an inheritance, unless you're hanging on to an estate, unless you're hanging on to a royal lineage, then what are you hanging on for? It's time to drop the bag of rocks so you can finish your race in this life. Head on down there, schedule some time with me. I'll be back with more videos for you right here on The Royal We. Now, before I do leave this episode, I want to invite you, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel for daily videos. Also, watch one of these videos that the YouTube algorithm has recommended for you, because it knows what you've been watching and it's most likely going to be something helpful. So check out one of these videos and I'll be back with more right here on The Royal We. Have a great night.